Good morning, everyone. I'm Karen Sachs, and this is the Coffee Break Show. Our regular host, Vicki Helm, is flying home to Colorado today, so she's somewhere up in the air, but I'm honored to be with you. Now, if you're brand new to this cast, I want to share a couple of quick things with you. First of all, we are a group that simply takes about a 20-minute break in the middle of a day, grabs a cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, or in my case, water. We also want to inspire you to be the rock star that you already are. So good morning, Lori. We're glad you're here. Everyone else who's coming online, I would appreciate if you would just post your thoughts and inspiration here because that's how we make each other better. If you are brand new, I need you to do two things for me. The first thing is up above, you're going to see a link. If you click that link, that will allow Facebook to post your name from this StreamYard video. That way, when you make comments, you can get credit for them and I can say a personal hi, like, hi, Barb Tomlin. Hi, Lori Sunflower. Glad you're here. The other thing is that if you are listening to this after it has posted on the regular live time, please just put a little hashtag that says replay. That lets us know when other people are watching the show. So now on to the great stuff that you and I have to share today. Now, I was on the internet earlier this morning, and as we all know, everything on the internet is true, right? But I did find a statistic that I thought extremely extraordinary. And that is that as human beings, we make 35,000 decisions a day. So, Sean, it's great to see you. Do you make 35,000 decisions a day? I thought about it, and the truth is, we probably do. That seems like a very high number. But even something like, am I going to hit the snooze alarm or actually get out of bed right now? What shirt am I going to wear? My house has a circle in the middle. Am I going to go to the right or to the left? Those are insignificant, seemingly decisions, but they're decisions nonetheless. Every decision has a different level of consequence. Now, whether you choose to walk right or left around the living room in your house, that's probably not a life-changing decision. But we all make decisions every single day. And some of them, while they seem insignificant, can turn out to have much bigger consequences, positive or negative, than you ever thought. Hey, Lori, I appreciate your quote. The problem with getting information from the internet is that you can't believe its authenticity. And that is according to Abraham Lincoln or Lori Sunflower, one or the other. Hey, Lori, I hope you got your hard drive up. I see you are responding today, so I have to believe that computer situation's getting a little bit better. There are things that we have all the time. Sometimes you make decisions and they turn out with incredible ramifications, positive or negative, that you never expected. And there are certainly things that happen to us that we didn't expect. And at the moment, we may think, oh my word, how is this happening to me? I really wanted that job. I didn't want my relationship to end. I didn't want to get sick. However, we often find out that the divine has given us something down the road as a result of that we don't realize. It may not feel that way at the time, but it's critical. And so you need to weigh all of the big decisions that you need to make very carefully. Now, as a recovering perfectionist myself, I sometimes forget that life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And the truth is, let's be honest, none of our lives are perfect, but they're still wonderful. Good morning, Jane. Glad you're here. And Lori, I'm glad to see that your drive is getting better on your computer. Yay! The fact that we make choices and decisions every single day impact everything we do, both for us personally, those we care about, and sometimes for people we don't even know about. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect, or better yet, read the book, The Butterfly Effect? I highly recommend it if you haven't. It's a thin book, but it's a great reminder of how one decision that you make can affect people on the other side of the world potentially. Now, I know that sounds very dramatic, but it's really true. The butterfly effect can be found on Amazon.com, and I really recommend that you go out and get it or look it up on the internet and just read some of the pieces of the puzzle. Because life is like a pebble that you throw in the ocean. Currently, you just back it up slowly, and you're going to realize that more and more things are happening. Now, Lori said she saw the Butterfly Effect movie. It was a crazy flick. Hi, Tina. Good morning. Now, honestly, because I apparently live in a cave, I did not know that there was a Butterfly Effect movie. So I hope it's reflecting the book that I just mentioned. But the important thing about this is sometimes the decisions we make are pretty amazing. One of the ones that I read talked about the fact that a mother chose to give her child up. Because of those changes that she made, that person then went on to be an incredible part of American history. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that if you flutter your eyebrows really fast, that a hurricane starts all the way on the other side of the world. But decisions do impact many, 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 many people. So, say, for example, I'm getting out of the house a little bit late. And so I hit a traffic light at just the right time. At that point, who knows? Maybe if you hadn't gotten up late, you may have been in the middle of that intersection when someone went through. You don't know. But you have to trust that the divine is helping you influence the decisions that you make. And please know that I desperately want you to remember that every decision you make has an impact, even what shoes you put on today. I don't know what they are, but hey, it can't hurt. Because ultimately the decisions create the entire lifetime that we have. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that this particular sign, which I keep in my office, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. As I said, I'm a recovering perfectionist. Now, if I have ever edited your work, if you're a writer and I've done the editing for you, you know that that can be really annoying. However, it's important to know that the level of detail that you use has a meet somewhere in the middle. Honestly, if you're a perfectionist like me, that's probably a little more than you need, and you're probably going to annoy a lot of people. On the other hand, if you're way on this end and details don't matter for anything, that's going to have some ramifications too. However, by choosing not to be a perfectionist, by choosing not to be so anal and rigid, it has made a huge change in my life. I'm more relaxed, and so are the people around me. Know that not every decision that you make has to be perfect. It's not going to be. But you know what? People have been making decisions for centuries, 5, 10,000 centuries, whatever it is. And we've all survived. And you'll survive too. So if you're allowing some decision to change your life and put pressure on you, know that it may not be as bad as you think. And even if it doesn't work out the way you thought, there's still some good stuff there that's going to happen. So for those of you who are listening today, and I see a lot of you are online, and thank you to the people who have already posted, tell me about a decision that you made that turned out better than you thought. No one has a perfect life, and that's okay. Find the beautiful things in life that do exist. Make a choice, a decision, make a choice to live a happy life, to live a wonderful life, even when things don't feel perfect. Because I can assure you, there are people out there who have lives that they wish were as good as yours. Choose what you want to make your life to be. Vicki Helm has talked in this broadcast multiple times that what you focus on grows. When you are focusing on the positive and the wonderful, even if everything around you is falling apart, you can be positive and live a wonderful life. And when what you're focusing on grows, what you're choosing to be positive, you know what? That is going to create positive decisions that are going to impact you and others. I really want you to take a few minutes today, quietly, maybe right after this broadcast. Sit down with your coffee, tea, hot chocolate, or water, and just breathe. Choose to take 5 minutes for yourself. Choose to take a deep breath and think about the decisions that you have made over the last many hours, days, or weeks. Pick one that you feel like was a decision that didn't have the ramifications that you thought it might be. And then let it go. Let the stress on your life go. It's all going to work out one way or the other. The truth is, we can't control everything. But what we can control is our perspective. We can control the way we handle something. And that is where the magic comes. That is where no matter what happens, no matter what decision you made and the impact it has, you don't have to be burdened by it. That whatever the result might be, it is a positive decision. Because whether it's today, tomorrow, or 5 years from now, you'll see the fruit of that decision. So now we're going to call it short today, because the time that you would have invested listening to Vicki or to me on this broadcast, I want you to take 5 minutes and sit down and think about that. Think about the decisions you've made. Think not just about the things that you didn't expect were going to happen that may not be as positive as you want them to be. Sit down and think about what they could be, that maybe things aren't such a bad choice. Because once you've made a choice, you can't take it back. I tell my daughter that all the time. She'll do something or she'll say something and she'll say, I want to take it back. I want to take it back. I'm sorry I did that. And my response to her is, sweetheart, there are consequences for everything that we do. Now, that doesn't mean consequences don't have to be negative, but every decision that you make has 1 or 100 consequences. That's okay. Don't expect your choice to be negative. And if things aren't working out, let it go. So now as we close our broadcast today, please don't just go back to what you were doing. Please don't think, I've got to check my messages, I've got to check my emails that I didn't check in the last 12 minutes because I was watching Karen. Take 5 more minutes. Take a deep breath. And realize that life is good. That even though your life may not be perfect, everything is wonderful. Even if that last decision you made wasn't as perfect as you wanted it to be, everything is wonderful and it's going to be. Maybe not at this moment, but it will be. Just wait long enough. So please, we're about to say goodbye now. Please take 5 minutes for you. And remember, what you focus on grows. Thanks for seeing us today. I am happy to report that the amazing Vicki Helm will be back in front of this camera tomorrow for the coffee break with Vicki Helm. That will be 9 o'clock Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central. That will be 12 noon Eastern, 5 o'clock in London, 4 o'clock in Ghana, and 7 p.m. in Iraq. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you're here. Barb, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you being here. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everyone. Take time for you. Bye.